all, and welcome to Monday Night's Treasure Vortex with Gypsy Jules from gypsydigs.com and YouTube's Zero Discrimination, and myself, Amanda Digger Degaz. Tonight we have special guest Bottle Ned, so make sure to stay around, and it should be an awesome, awesome evening. So, hey Gypsy, how you doing?
Howdy, howdy. How are you?
I am well, besides the snow, and cold temperatures. But besides that, I'm doing okay.
Well, that's good. I know you had a lucky day, but we don't have to discuss that. Uh, but I'll just say that, yeah, the weather here was fandiddly-tastic today. I wanted to get out and dig or do something, but ended up working and doing stuff for promotions and trying to get some stuff ready for other fun stuff. But anyway,
Fun
that's
things.
that's what I did today.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, every once in a while you gotta have a day like that, right?
Right, right. I went this past weekend down to South Texas, near a town called Liberty, Texas,
Hmm.
and did interesting thing about Liberty. Found out that the original Liberty Bell, that they use the same in Liberty. They ring a bell that is made from the same mold as the Liberty Bell that has the crack in it. Of course, theirs does not have the crack in it. It's a little interesting thing of history there.
That's
So
cool.
they still ring it to these days for special occasions. So
Huh.
anyway, I thought that was cool. Cool little history. There's loads of history there. Had fun digging. I didn't find anything amazing, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. You find some cool stuff, but nothing that amazing. But the best part was got to meet some amazing people. Spoke at their local metal detecting club, and then the day I left, went and met up with some people that were at the meeting and got to hang with them and dig on their property. So had a great time, and that that was fun.
Awesome.
It's always fun to meet new diggers. So how about
Absolutely.
you?
Nope,
Stay
nothing.
warm?
Nothing. Staying
Not a
warm.
nothing.
Yeah, a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing. I was
Gotta
hoping to get
keep.
out into the woods this weekend, but with the snow and the 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts, which got up a little bit higher, I just didn't have it in me. Give it like 3 years ago, absolutely, I'd be out there freezing, digging, but just didn't have it in me this weekend. I think I'm still like getting back on my feet. Maybe next weekend. I don't know. Um,
Yeah, with that kind of weather, you don't want to get sick again. So I totally get it. It's supposed to rain here tomorrow and then get cold again next week. But right now, I'm digging this warm weather.
oh, I get it. I absolutely
Um,
send it my way, please.
I will definitely do that. Definitely do that. Looks like we got a great crowd tonight in chat. Welcome all. And I wanted to mention real quick before we get started and introduce our guest. I've had a lot of people been wanting some stickers, and I'm getting new stickers made with new logo, getting some new hats made with new logo, and getting some stuff ready for promotional items for my upcoming hunt. And those of you that don't know about my upcoming hunt, I would love to have you there. It is March 17th and 18th, and it will be in Kerrville, Texas at the Lions Camp. And I just had some more signups today for the hunt. So I've got a lot of people saying they're about to sign up. So let me know if you think you can come. If you can't, I've had a lot of people say, hey, I would love to send um, something just to help support your hunt. And that is much appreciated because it's costing me a lot of money for this hunt because it is not a natural hunt. It's not all natural. I'll say some of it is natural because it is at a camp, so there will be natural finds as well. But anything is appreciated. I'm especially in need of silver right now. I've gotten quite a few. In fact, one of our, Rebecca is in chat. She's one of my sponsors with the main dirt sweepers. Thanks again. So y'all be sure and check out their YouTube channel. And anything, it could be anything, relics, bottles, airheads. It doesn't have to be silver. So if you're interested in sponsoring my hunt, just let me know. We can drop my email in here, and I can get you my address, and it would be much, much, much appreciated. So I'm going to type in here where you can sign up for my hunt, and then I think we should bring in our special guest.
Yes, indeedy. Everybody in chat, give Bottle Ned a warm welcome. Hey, Ned, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
So
Thanks
glad.
for being here. It's been a while, not as long as what Amanda had.
Many cubic yards of dirt.
Yes.
Right. I was just watching one of your videos before we called you up tonight for the podcast, and I was
which
watching
one?
where you, it was your latest one where you were part 2, where you were coming back and then you were having to dig. I was like, they're having to dig that whole back. I agree with your. I would have just put boards over that and then having to dig that all that dirt back out. But
now that I actually I actually now. My partner had talked to the property owner, and the property owner's like, no, don't put boards over the hole because, a board over the hole, somebody could just go right through it and fall in. It could still be, a liability.
That is true.
So, yeah, you're totally right, though. If you can get the right piece of plywood that isn't rotted, then the best thing to do is to put a board over it instead of digging the whole thing out again.
I've done that before, though. I'll cover, especially when digging dumps, and I know yours is a little different because a lot of your stuff you dig privies as well, but digging dumps or even digging a plug sometimes for metal detecting, if I can't get right, it's really deep or something like that, sometimes I'll cover it back up until I can get back over there and try to mark
I know
spot.
someone that had a little tunnel going underneath a town. There was like this bank building right in the oldest 1860s part of this downtown, and he had this guy's crazy. I mean, I never would do this, but he would go there at night in the bushes in front of this bank, or like right on the side of the actual building, and there was like a little plant area with some bushes in it, and he had this bush that he could transplant, and when he moved it, he swiped some dirt aside, and there's this board like 3 inches under the dirt, and he lifts up the board, and there's a tunnel going down the side of the bank building, and then underneath the footing, all the way underneath the bank, and then underneath the movie theater next door, and he had like bottles and privies being dug in this underground shaft.
Oh my goodness!
And he took me down there in the rain. And I'm in college, and I'm like, now this is some of the craziest. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Would he normally do it himself? Like go by himself? Usually you do stuff like that. You have a partner, because God forbid it collapses.
No, if he's crazy enough to do that in the first place, he's
True.
obviously crazy enough to do it by himself.
Very true. Well, hopefully you've seen him around lately, right?
Yeah, he's still alive somehow.
All right, good.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to name names.
Yeah, no, you don't have to
compromise people's property in that way. That's just a little bit beyond my what I think is right and wrong, but
Yeah.
it is kind of funny.
Now, for those that don't know, can you give a general area of where you're located and where you dig?
Oh yeah, I'm in the American West, so that includes a lot of the western states, California, Nevada, Oregon, Washington.
Fantastic.
Yeah. No, I have a car, so I like to drive to different historic areas and try to find places where there's some dirt being disturbed for different people's different types of construction projects, and when people are digging, and oftentimes they come across privies and trash pits from the original houses and businesses that used to exist on those early sites, and they're scattered everywhere. It's amazing how much 19th century stuff is buried in the ground, just kind of everywhere on people's properties, and people encounter it all the time, and a lot of people just destroy it without even knowing what it is, because they just think it's just trash. And so I try to talk to many people in many towns and just let them know, I'm there to, see what rescue and document some cool stuff if they come across it. So that's kind of how I do it. Usually privies, trash pits, wells, and cisterns, because they used to throw their trash into open holes in the ground.
Cisterns. Right.
Yeah.
So true. Well,
Yeah.
It's amazing. So what do you drive? Do you research? Do you hit the road and look for construction sites? What's your best way you find some of these?
Yeah, you do all of that. You drive and you get familiar with a place, and you get familiar with a town or an area. Physically, what are the natural and the man-made features that exist in that area now? And then you basically look at old maps and figure out what was there back in the day, and then you superimpose those two. So you take a modern satellite image and then a 19th century Sanborn map, say, and you superimpose the modern view onto the 19th century view, and it gives you an idea of what things were where and what's there now. And when you physically go to the place, you can really it all comes together. You're like, okay, so this is what I have available to me. This is what we have to work with. Here's the spots I need to keep an eye on in case there's ever any work, and like I said, there always is, there's people are going to be trenching for utilities. They're going to be digging for septics, and they don't know what they're finding. They don't even know it's historic half the time. And it just gets destroyed. So, yeah.
It's so sad. It is so sad. I had a friend that I metal detected with when I lived in Galveston that was part of our metal detecting club, and he worked for a construction site, and he was telling us some horror stories, because they would arrive, and he said he had seen one day he drove up at this construction site, and he saw this most gorgeous full